Hey, you listen to Wrestling Roundup on FreeFM, ArrowFM. As always, I'm Grady. Live on Skype, we got a different man, but he's a familiar man if you were listening a couple weeks ago. You want to introduce yourself again?
Yeah, hi. My name's Mike. How are you, Grady? Are you doing well? I just woke up from a nap.
I know, I had to wait for you to record.
I got fully stuck into it. I woke up to the third repetition of an alarm, and yeah, it was terrible.
Only an hour late.
Yeah, hey, could have been worse, right? Could have been worse. It was a last minute sort of, I was a last minute replacement kind of thing, but so I'll put that on the excuse list that I was going to nap anyway.
Oh, I kind of want to talk about RAW and SmackDown, but I kind of don't.
You kind of don't.
It's like they happened. And we talk about them every week on this show, and usually we just run down what happened.
Yeah.
But we don't got much.
No. In fact, Raw was so slow to take off during my live reaction stream that I was pretty sure that I was going to fall asleep during it. And I had the air conditioning on cold, so I could stay awake. And I had all the energy drinks and stuff like that, but it wasn't good. Well, it wasn't as entertaining as we've just had. I think there's more. I mean, you come off the back of Becky making her big thing on SmackDown. The adrenaline's high, and you're expecting more of it. There's only so far they can go before they hit a wall. But I didn't expect a wall this sort of fast.
I feel like usually this period between Survivor Series and Rumble is a little bit iffy. Survivor Series is still, got the fallout of the summer stuff, and we're coming to an end, and storylines sort of dwindle off. And then the Rumble is where they all pick up again for WrestleMania, and then this is this period of nothingness.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, sure, I'm looking forward to TLC. But, at the same time, I'm going, well, are you going to build it up enough? Is it really going to be worth it? And I'm unsure. I'm unsure. Like, I could probably skip a week, and I wouldn't be I wouldn't feel like I missed out on anything at this time of year. So I guess you're right.
You can probably not watch from now until TLC and be sorted.
Oh, probably, yeah. TLC will catch me up in a matter of like 3 vignettes. That. So.
Drew McIntyre and Ziggler will still be fighting with the good guys up in the top echelon of Raw.
Yep.
Baron Corbin will still be trying to be the general manager, but not being, but kind of also being.
Yeah. And I do like this little thing with Corbin. He's getting a lot of time, and he's running with it, which is nice. But it's stretching out a little bit. And there's... when you've got, like, Braun Strowman legitimately had to go in for an elbow thing. So, we didn't get any major hype out of him apart from him pretending that he was sitting somewhere else. Like, I was going, he's clearly not, this is not, yeah, okay. But, his elbow was giving him trouble anyway, so they had to work on that. And so him off for a few weeks, there we go. All good. But the thing is that he's the type of guy who he could work with a sling. He could just need the one arm, whatever.
I guess that's the big question at the moment is, will Strowman be showing up to TLC?
Well, if he does, then all he needs to do is turn up and be scary and be that big distraction and leave. He doesn't have to do much. And that's a good thing, yeah. But, I was struggling with the whole thing with Baron Corbin changing things like twice. Was it twice on Raw?
I think so.
For no DQ. So he kicking off the show with Lashley and Elias, and it was, okay, Lashley defeated Elias via pinfall. Still loving the fact that Elias isn't a winning machine at the moment, but he's still over with the audience just by turning up. And he has his own entrance song, which I dig. But he didn't he didn't look weak at the end of that with the attack happening afterwards. I really wish he'd smashed that guitar over someone's back, though. Yeah.
Elias is a bit of a special breed in that he is, as you say, one of the most over people they have, but he ain't doing anything.
No, he's not. But it's going to be... He's doing something along the lines of, okay, we need an entertainer for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And he's really good at that. And eventually, just like McIntyre, McIntyre, he's still stuck with being in a team.
Don't remind me.
Yeah, which is weird to me. Like, so you just shifted him from there to there. I don't get that. So sort of with Dolph Ziggler at the moment, sort of still, but with Lashley and Corbin at the moment. And I get the mix up, but like it seems like they're backing off from McIntyre, and that I don't like.
Yeah, it's as far as I can tell, TLC is still at the moment booked as Strowman Corbin for the TLC match, with the Strowman winning and then Corbin being stripped of his powers and getting his title opportunity, and Corbin winning, becoming the full-time general manager. But on the interwebs, the whispers floating around is that the backup plan is going to be some form of a 6-man TLC match involving some of the guys you just listed. So it may be potentially planting the seeds for that backup plan.
Yeah, I did see that, and luckily they had a couple of weeks out just to make that sort of quickly happen. But it is rushed. It's still rushed. Yeah.
Well, although on the exact same winds of the internet, you also see the Bray Wyatt popping back up.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh my god! Like, so I did the live reaction with Starcade on my channel, and I was like, okay, that's cool. It was a weird sort of. We've put a label up in the background, and this is still a live house show, but I did like that because it did feel a bit sort of guerrilla. The microphones weren't directly linked to the broadcast equipment or anything like that because we're not in the same town. But I did see that, and I was expecting to see it in that hour special, but no, I was like, why? Why did you do it? And I guess they just edited the crap out of it and uploaded it, so...
Yeah, my only thought is because obviously Bray Wyatt makes his return at Starrcade and they choose to not air it, makes me think there is going to be a bit of a thing about when he does come back onto television.
Yeah, and I guess having that as a bit of a major spoiler... on Starrcade wouldn't have been good enough because it wasn't really a quality show. It was more of just like I made a live house show. That's exactly what it felt. Yeah. So when you bring them back with quality. Quality.
Yeah, like every other time Bray Wyatt's been involved in anything. Always quality.
Always quality. I'm Bray Wyatt. Yeah, I'm going to talk real quiet in the microphone.
Don't forget that he decided to dress up like a woman at some point as well.
Yeah. I mean, these are decisions that I'm sure he likes to laugh about. Because basically, he's third generation. Him and Bo, they're really, for the next 5 years, I think they're untouchable. They're not getting fired.
Mm-hmm.
There are certain people they don't let go, right? It's those two. It's at the moment anyway, and Tamina, right? Like I don't I respect Tamina's work and everything like that, but she's not really needed on the roster.
Mm-hmm.
There are other people who could fill that role, and she is getting on a bit. But she's very good. She has very good family links with everybody. So I totally get why she's still on the roster. But, those guys are safe. Bray Wyatt's going to be safe. He can screw around and do whatever he wants. And I think Bo Dallas knows that as well. Like, his brother knows that that's the sort of thing. They can just screw around and they can do whatever they need. But being legacy guys, they're safe.
We're talking about screwing around and doing whatever you want. Yeah. Somehow there's now a new match rule, and it's this Lucha House Rules match thing.
Yeah, I was going, Michael P.S. Hayes... How far can you get your fingers into this? Right? Again, Lucha, what, party out? You sure that's not Freebird? Really? Are you sure? But Lucha House Party rules? I'm okay with it. Yeah.
I'm going to assume that it spawned from what I was guessing was legitimate at the pay-per-view, where I think it was Kalisto got injured and they swapped him out mid-match.
Yeah. Which, yeah.
I understood it at that point, because you needed the match to keep going. It was a pre-show match that wasn't going to be too consequential. It wasn't much longer until they were eliminated. But I guess you're making a positive out of a negative, right? That potential injury is now arguably their entire angle.
Yeah, that's right, it is. And I gotta say, though, those guys work really super well together. Like some of the action in there was just born of old experience. The quick tags and hot tag out, the not being the legal man in, but still tagging. Like, the action was fast on that match they just had. And, it was fast and consistent. Taking out the Revival, I wasn't too much of a fan of. Like, come on, man, we need the Revival to come up as well. But yeah, they were fast. They were like super toned down from what they can do, but just super in that tag team, working as a tag team thing. Like, that's what I liked about the quick swap out. But I didn't like the Revival losing. Damn it.
There's only so many tag teams on Raw, as we saw at Survivor Series. There's not a whole lot. And AOP and Rude and Gable were already busy, so who else are they going to put up against Lucha House Party?
That's true. That is true.
Had to be Revival.
Yeah, had to be.
Or the B team, but hey.
B team. Go. Yeah. Yeah. It was an all-over weird show, the Raw, as we're going through it. Like, Nia Jax, right? She turns up with the thing next after that match and does pretty much like nothing, really.
Welcome to Nia Jax, yes.
Yeah, and talks about her her punch and her hand still being covered in the blood of Becky. It's like, well, hey,
should probably have washed it by now.
Yeah, like that was a couple of weeks ago. Like, yeah, but
it's kind of unhygienic, really.
It is. Like, totally unhygienic. How are you supposed to eat your rice and eggs and stuff? But she, well, I guess you use a knife. But
this has gone off the rails.
Yeah, it has gone off the rails. I don't know. The thing is that it has gone off the rails a little bit, because Nia Jax was acting like she was on the Starcade thing, and it looked like a high school show. Well, Elias kicked it off, and then coming in with the crush thing and all the rest of it. It was, okay, this is weird. All of these big crush, but it looked like a house segment. Mm-hmm. So, and then the next night, all I could see was Jax stuck in that show segment. But she's not taking that brass ring, man. She's been given it a chance, like just a big chance. I'm pretty sure that she said to them, "Give me the bullet points. I'll run out there and talk on the mic," because there was no way that bad. Well, I mean, it was like, I've seen badly, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure that was some of her off the cuff. Because Tamina behind her was like that was the look at her face, on her face.
Well, before leaving the women's division, before leaving Raw, because we're about halfway through the show now, just how do you feel about Alexa Bliss's new position?
Well, look, if she's got a legit concussion, is it? Concussion off?
Yeah.
Yeah, off stage, then the more Alexa Bliss can do on the microphone, the better. Because, over the past few months, we've been hearing her on the microphone, well, actually, over the past year, we've been hearing her on the microphone progressively on commentary, and she's good at what she does. And if she was given more, giving her more time with a microphone is going to make her better. She's really good at her sour face, the whole high school, she is. She's that cheerleader bully, isn't she?
Yeah.
And I dig that. I'm like, yeah, cool. She's gonna get crushed at some point in time. All her hopes and dreams. Yeah, then the nerdy kid's gonna pop up with her glasses. But it's I'm really liking what's happening with the land. If she does move in more of the management stuff on screen to keep that her presence around, I'm all good with it. because they need Alexa Bliss, regardless of what anyone thinks. They need Alexa Bliss because Becky and Charlotte over on SmackDown, man, and we've got Ronda Rousey, cool, and we've got Nia Jax doing her thing, but like they need Alexa Bliss to keep that one, regardless of whether or not she.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for the Raw half. We're gonna go into the theme. And as always, Josh picks the theme, even when he's not on the show. He still picks it. Never tells me the reason, but this week we're going to be playing Rhea Ripley's theme.
Okay.
I don't question them, I just play the music. And you're back with the Wrestling Roundup on FreeFM, ArrowFM, Grady and Mike. We're on the SmackDown side of everything now, and we're just going to start off with the big heavy hitter. We got ourselves a triple threat match at TLC.
Damn straight we do. I liked how this was set up too. I really did. But at the same time, it still feels like they're forcing all the women into one match because they don't know what to do again. But it's TLC. and it's the genetically superior Charlotte Flair. It's the hype Becky, and it's the ringmaster Asuka. Right? I mean. How can we go wrong? Yeah, spoiler alert, by the way, if you didn't watch it. But, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I almost wonder if the triple threat is a way to quickly cover it if Becky ain't A-OK. Giving her a bit of an out, but she should be all good.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, she should have that, all that can safe. Because really, who knows, looked like they'd put it back in place at the very least. She had a nose splint job, I would have imagined, to hold the nostrils open. She's got to do. They're still calling it a broken face, which is weird. Okay, it was her nose, wasn't her entire face. I guess it's some of her face, quite a high percentage, but but what's wrong with saying broken nose? Is that what's the thing?
It's not as cool.
It's not as cool. She got a broken face. Yeah, I guess it's better.
I feel like if I was on the playground and I was going to brag about something, I'd brag about a broken face over a broken nose. Like, I broke that dude's nose.
And we are talking about it as a point. So, I guess that is the point. Yeah. Just got trolled by Vin. Good times.
The thing I note here when I look at SmackDown's results is ignoring the women's division and just the end of the card. I see here Kofi Kingston versus The Miz and Randy Orton attacking Rey Mysterio. Are we sure we're not in 2009?
I was thinking that as well. I was like, what's going on? Why doesn't Miz have his Red Rooster haircut thing going on? What's up? What's up?
SmackDown has a lot of the older guys, the what we'd call veterans, I guess. And it just so happens that a lot of them are being paired up at the moment.
Yeah, and there's no injuries to speak of in a major way. But I guess Bray and Matt Hardy, but yeah, there's. I mean, even then, Matt Hardy is a legend, isn't he? So, so there's not a lot of injury to replace that, and there's a really strong walker room for SmackDown. It was weird. That's for sure. I know that much.
Well, right before all of that, we also got Jeff Hardy celebrating a 20th anniversary. But again, Jeff Hardy, 2009-ish, or is he already gone by then?
Yeah, no, he'd thoroughly gone by then.
That was Turning Point at 2009, wasn't it?
Yeah, so, because wasn't it 2008? Never mind. Yeah, but yeah, he'd gone by then. So I felt, this was a little weird for me, but at the same time, because he'd spent so long elsewhere. Mm-hmm. But he really wasn't at Impact for that long either. In comparison, he had to pull out, didn't he?
Oh, see, he was at WWE in 2009. He did his first stint in TNA and then came back.
Yeah, okay, there we go. He chucked away. So weird.
Yeah.
So
Welcome
weird.
to Jeff's career.
Yeah, but at the same time, how did you feel about this celebration?
It made me feel old, so I didn't like it.
I was watching it and I was going, oh man, I remember watching that. Oh my god. I was going, oh my god. Oh no, this isn't good. Why do I remember that? But it was weird though. Like, it felt like it was a 21st birthday party with all the baby photos up on the thing.
It almost felt like, oh, I don't know what we're going to do for 20 minutes. Let's just have Jeff and we'll celebrate some stuff.
Yeah, some people pointed out on Twitter, okay, well, what about Matt? Didn't they start at the same time? And of course, Matt doesn't have to be there. Still, like, his hip and back, like his whole hip carriage is pretty much tilted, so he's having a problem walking anyway. So I guess he's but it was weird. Joe though,
Joe, as always, does a whole lot of nothing. And this time he's decided to lose to Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, that's right. He's just jobbing out to everybody. He's talking trash to everybody and never winning. So, if this is his shtick for now, I'm okay with it. Because that means eventually when he does start winning properly, it's going to be good. It's going to be a roller coaster.
He's almost the Elias of SmackDown, where he's really entertaining. Everybody likes him. If you need an emergency opponent, he'll put on a good match with anybody, but he ain't doing anything.
Yeah, that's right. And, hey, he's laughing all the way to the back, let's be real. Because I'm still seeing Samoa Joe t-shirts, and he's making money.
Yeah, he's very likable. As in a bad way, because he is meant to be a bad guy, and we are meant to hate him, but...
bringing up the alcohol and the drugs? Yeah.
It's what everybody was thinking.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He's just saying what everybody else wants to say, and is too scared.
Yeah, and I think that's all.
To be fair, he did have that whole Who's Your Daddy storyline with AJ Styles as well, so he's just pushing it a little bit.
Yeah.
Everybody wants the Attitude Era back, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they totally do. No?
That's what everybody's always complaining about and wanting.
You can't defend quite a lot of that. Yeah. I'm not even going to mention stuff. Triple H, that's all I'm going to say. No. Yeah.
Yeah, if you pine for the Attitude Era, don't go back and watch, the best clips. Just go to the WWE Network and pick a random episode of Raw and watch the whole episode.
Yeah, struggle through that, choke that down, and see how bad you want the Attitude to come back. Yeah, not the highlights.
It had its really good highs, some really awesome moments, but it was also rough.
Yeah, very rough. So, SmackDown. My thing with SmackDown was the Big Show turning face again.
Yeah.
That was quick. Okay, fair enough.
It's his gimmick, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I struggle to follow. I constantly make jokes about how the Big Show turns constantly, but they just keep eventuating, and you're like, when is it not a joke anymore?
Yeah, whoa. Too much.
Yeah, he wasn't doing anything.
No.
And then he shows up. He's gone for ages. He shows up out of nowhere. He teams with the Bar out of nowhere, plays with them for a couple weeks, and then packs his toys and goes home.
Yeah, it's weird. But at the same time, it was totally not needed. When I was thinking about it, I was going, they don't need the Big Show. Those are two big guys. Yeah. He doesn't necessarily tower over those when they're standing next to him. Mm-hmm. He's big, sure, but those guys are big too. Just a little shorter. He was unnecessary. We'll see what happens with them.
I'm more interested to see what happens with the Big Show. Is he just going to pack his toys and go home?
Well, he's on a Legend contract either way, isn't he? So he just needs to make his appearances.
Sure.
So sign some autographs, shake some hands.
Cash that check. But he does really good work outside of for their charities and anything. He'll turn up. Yeah, okay, I'll turn up for the kids. Not a problem. It's got no problems. And I think that's probably why they turned him back. And they keep trying to turn him heel, but then it's no good if he turns up to a children's hospital and he's currently heel, and because they're not gonna like him. Well, there's physically, just because of his stature, you go from friendly giant to scary giant real easy.
Yeah, that happens super quick.
It's fine for somebody else to walk in and be like, "Hey guys, I know I'm evil, but I'm here anyway, and it's fine." But if it's like, I'm big, scary, giant man, it's a little bit harder.
No, all those kids crawling up underneath. No, yeah. You want to keep him You want to keep him face for the rest of his career. I don't see, and that's sort of what annoyed me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Big Show knows he's winding down at the moment too. If you've ever caught it, you know, he knows that it's just the end, especially considering.
We'll see what happens. But we'll have to see what happens next week because we're all out of time, and that means it's time for you to pimp all your links and stuffs.
Pimp all my links. Okay, you can find me on YouTube under the channel name Solitaire, and Solitaire's Slam Show. That's another one. That's my wrestling reaction show. If you want to come along, that'll be good. But I can be followed on at Solitaire YTG on Twitter and Instagram. I don't have a Snapchat anymore like last time. I deleted it. It was too weird for me. I do not like it. But at Solitaire YTG on Twitter and Instagram.
Oh, it's been great talking to you, man. But you can visit our Wrestling Roundup's Facebook at facebook.com/WrestlingArtRadio and our Twitter at twitter.com/WrestlingArtRadio. And we'll see you next week.